Hello, my people. Thank you again. Today, I want us to talk about virtual reality scripting and programming. Now, we started learning about the intersection between virtual reality and machine learning, and therefore, in our pursuit to understand this concept of the interaction between virtual reality and machine learning, we've come to this lesson regarding virtual reality scripting and programming. Now, when we are talking of virtual reality and programming and scripting, we are actually talking of how we can develop programs that are used in virtual reality. Now, virtual reality scripting and programming involves creating interactive experiences that are able to, gain popularity among users, or that is able to bring the experience that the user needs. So it involves use of game engines, development, and platform. So in this construct, or in this kind of discussion we are going to have today, we are going to major so much on Unity, because is what I was able to get first, though there is another platform known as Unreal, which can also be used in the same regards, or in the same thing as coming up with virtual reality experiences that users can be able to lay their hands on and be able to derive the objective they need in as much as virtual reality is concerned. So we want to talk about how to come up with a setup, how to create a simple gaming program within the setup that we are going to have. So we are going to talk about setting up Unity for virtual reality development. So it involves downloading and installing Unity in your computer device. So there are some certain specifications. If you go through the documentation, you'll be able to see the requirements of the computer system that can be used to develop this software. So there are some plugins that need to be integrated in your installation. Like, we need to have Oculus integration. It's a set of tools and assets together with APIs that you are going to need in the programming interface, right? Then we also have what we call Stream virtual reality plugin. These are plugins that facilitate the development of virtual experiences that create you use it to create new projects and to set it up. So those are very important plugins that are very important to have within a virtual reality programming setup. Now, the next step is to create a virtual reality scene. Now, to create a scene, to build an experience, we need to add components to the scenes. We need e.g. things like cameras. We need to have rigs. Remember rigs? We talked about them before in our previous video. There is also the virtual reality controllers, and there is also the virtual reality interaction. Now, those are the kind of components that need to be, adopted and added into the scene, or into the setup that you're trying to come up with. Now, number 3, we need to understand the virtual reality scripting. You need to understand the codes, basically define the interactions and the scenarios or the environment. And most dominantly, we are going to use a script from C# that explains how to come up with this, or how to create a script a script for virtual reality in Unity. Number 4, the fourth step is basic interaction. So we need to implement basic interactions such as grabbing and throwing objects using virtual reality controllers. So this can only be achieved by coming up with codes that are being used to do exactly that. So we need to come up with that code that is able to do that. I'll explain to you later, probably in a separate video, of a simple code that can be able to do that. Now, number 5, we'll have to add virtual reality interactions to the objects that we've created and that we have added to the scene. So we need to attach grab objects script to our virtual reality. We need to do the same to our controllers. We need to add objects into our scene, attach colliders and rigid bodies. Now, it is important to know that colliders define the boundaries of objects within virtual reality world and detects collision between these objects. So that is the work of colliders. Then we have the rigid bodies. Now, rigid bodies are attached to virtual reality objects to simulate their physical behavior, right? So those are the tenets that these two elements that I've mentioned are able to actualize within the virtual reality system. Now, number 6, we need to develop what we call virtual reality interface. So we are going to have to develop the menus. We are going to implement the interface. Then step number 7 would be testing and iteration. So we test if there is any kind of problem that needs to be sorted out. We go back. So this is like it is a loop where we test and we check if the system that you are designing is actually well able to do the things that you want to do, and if they are not doing the right kind of states or the right kind of things you need, then you need to iterate. You need to go back and redesign it or recode it to do exactly what you want. Now, the last step is optimization of virtual reality. So there are different ways of optimizing a virtual reality interface. We use techniques such as level detail. We'll use things like occlusions, culling, right? We things like GPU instancing. So at a later video, we'll be able to explain these elements, and I hope you will be able to understand them. So thank you for your time and opportunity. See you next time.